Hi everybody, this is Bobby with Bobby Stamps, and I just wanted to share this card with you I made today. It is for a blog hop that I participated in that went live today at 10 a.m. So you can visit my blog. It's bobbystamps.com. And there's, I want to say, 12 people that participated in this hop today. It's Team Stamp It, and there are some very talented ladies on that team. If you guys want to hop over there, our theme is Father's Day, so it's coming up next month. You'll get a lot of great card ideas. So this was my project that I made. I absolutely love this. On my Facebook Live, I demonstrated the same concept if you watched my Facebook Live on Wednesday. Hold on just a second, I'll grab the card. So this is the card I made on my Facebook Live this past Wednesday, and it's the same. The banners are staggered in the back, and I just absolutely am obsessed with this design idea. I love it. But this is using the Rooted in Nature stamp set that will be coming out in June, and the DSP paper that coordinates with that. And when I went to On Stage in April and saw the stamp set, I knew I was obsessed. This was the one that I knew out of every stamp set in the catalog, that this was the one that was going to be my favorite, and it was going to be my must-have. So I love that one. So the stamp set I'm going to share my card with that I used today was Truly Tailored, and I also used the punch. And then I also used my triple banner punch. You guys know me, I can't live without my triple banner punch. And then I'm just going to put my stamping mat there. We're going to use Early Espresso ink. I have the True Gentleman buttons, and I have some linen thread. And I'm going to be honest with you, when I was thinking about my project, I was going to use, I have one for my card and coffee class, my local card and coffee class tomorrow, that I'd already designed, and that's the one I was going to use. But then the DSP for that, the Truly Tailored, is sold out. So I didn't want to share a card with things you guys couldn't still have access to. So all of these supplies are still current. The last time I checked on Stampin' Up! Websites, they were all still available, and you could still all order them. If you guys want to head over to my blog, I also have a PDF, downloadable PDF. Though I just didn't print the supply list because I don't need it, but it's on there if you guys want to print it. If you don't, you can just do like I did and just select that you only want it to print the first 2 pages. So that is about that. And then also on the blog hop, there is a giveaway that we do every month too. And all you have to do to be entered is leave a comment on any one of the blogs page that you visit. You can leave a comment anywhere, and it has to be followed with a hashtag Stamp It Team, I think is what it is. It's all the information's there, but in case you guys wanted to visit there today. So the DSP that I am using is the Coffee Break Designer Series paper, and I did check it yesterday. It was still available, so don't hate me if it's sold out now. So the first thing, move that out, I keep wanting to get my map. The first thing is our card base is Pure Pizzazz, and this is 5.5 by 8.5, and I just scored it at 4 1/4. And then I have a piece of Soft Sky. Now I'm not going to show you this part. I'll be honest with you. All of these contents that I pulled to make this card was from last year when I did my coffee and card class using the Coffee Cafe bundle, and I had these left over, so I just used them. So this was already embossed, and I used the polka dot embossing folder to do that, and that was embossed last year. I just happened to see them in my little stash that I had a card packet left from that, and I thought, you never know how many you're going to make. I always try to make them ahead. You never know how many you're going to have sign up for the class. And so I was lucky enough that I could just use that one. So that's all there is to that. We're just going to put that down. Now I'm just going to take, you can use your snips and make the banner tail if you want to, but I'm not very good at that. I don't like the way that they look when I do that. I feel like they never turn out good. And I'll be honest with you, even because this isn't a tight fit, I just line it up and then hope for the best. And sometimes I don't even get it straight with that. But, and especially when I'm trying to do a video and rush for you guys, maybe I could have did a few of these and just did a few on camera for you guys. But I'm just pushing those in there and just eyeballing it on each end to try to get the same size. And because they're staggered, it doesn't really matter if we don't get them, if they're not the same exact length, because we're not going to put them side by side even where it's going to, anybody's eye would even catch that. I'm going through these really fast, so I hope I'm doing a fairly decent job. They don't look too bad. I know I'm making a mess with them flying everywhere. Okay, that looks good enough for me. Just move all my scraps out of the way. Clean that up later. So what I did was I just arranged them. I just kind of eyeballed it and laid them on there the way that, and right now I'm not staggering them the way that I'm going to actually put them. I'm just going to kind of eyeball it and see the distance between each one where I want them to be, okay? How much room I'm going to leave in between. And I prefer to use the Tombow because it is the liquid glue, and it takes it just a tad bit longer to dry, and it gives you a little more wiggle room to be able to move and adjust anything. So the first thing I did when I made the card, I'm just going to grab my Tombow, was I'm going to put just a little bit on the back, and I did both my ends first and then came from the inside. So I'm going to place this one a little bit up and just hold it right there, because I know with these laying here how much room I'm going to have to fit them back in there, okay? So then I'm going to take this one and just make sure when you're staggering, kind of lay it out like I am, and then you up, down, up, down, up, down. But actually, if you don't do it, you know, if it's not precise, it's not that big of a deal, guys. So I'm just going to kind of put that one down a little bit lower. You can see on this one, this one was kind of up, and this one is still up too, and it still looks fine because there's the staggering of it. Okay, and then this one, I'm going to go for a little bit more on the down. So I'm just going to drop it down kind of like that. Now you can move, you know, right to left if you want to. Just go straight across, but instead of having to go from the outside in. And then this one, I'm going to bring it up a little bit. I did try to kind of, you know, you want to keep them straight. You don't want them crooked that way. This one we're going to go down. Like so. You just want it to not be like, you don't want, you know, all of these to be lined up or all of those. You just want them staggered. That's the look we're going for. And then I'm just going to put this one probably right there, because like I said, I don't want it lined up. You know, we don't want it perfect. That's not what our goal is for this card. Okay, so now that we have all those on there, I'm just going to kind of move it out of the way. Then I have a piece of Whisper White, and this piece is cut at 1 inch, and I want to say I left it, let me measure it, about 4 inches. I think you can, it's actually about 5 1/4, but we'll trim it if we need to trim it. So what I'm going to do is we'll just put that right there, and let me grab Early Espresso, and I'm going to ink up the word Dad. And you know what, first I didn't do this yesterday and kind of stamped, but thank God I left room. And that's why I cut it a little bit longer, is because we need to use the banner punch. And yesterday I stamped it, but luckily I had enough room where I could make it work. So we're just going to stamp Dad right there. And then while I have this out, I'm just going to grab the other sentiment that says, "To a classy kind of a guy." And I'm just going to stamp that right there. And that is it for our stamping. If I can get my ink pad closed. And then this one is super easy to pop out. We're just going to line it up. squared up and pop it out. Looks like I didn't get that very square. I might try that again. I don't like the way that looks at all. Yesterday, I'll be honest with you and tell you that I stamped it, or popped it out, then stamped it. And that kind of worked better than that, what I just did. Let's try that again. I guess I need to be a little bit more precise than what I was the first time. There we go, much better. I might have just moved it a little bit when I was going to punch it out. So what we want to do here is we want to make sure, you know, that it's going to come across our banners, and it is. And then we want to make sure that this is going to fit kind of like there. So you can kind of see, I'm just going to cut about that much off right there. And then just don't cut too much away, because you want to make sure. And then you also don't want your pieces, you know, peeking out like that. So you want to make sure that that's going to be completely covered. So I'm going to take just a smidge more off. Not much at all. Because you just need a little piece for your banner to kind of rest right there on, okay? Let me move that out of the way. And then I just took some dimensionals. Probably 3 is going to work fine. And then we'll just put that right on there, like so. And then I'm going to flip that back over. And I'm going to put 3 on the back of this. And then we will just put that right in the center of our card, like that. So we have banners going everywhere. Then I just took one of the True Gentleman buttons, and I'm just going to use that one again. And I took some linen thread. And if I would have planned ahead, I would already have tied my bow, because I'm not the best bow tier. I'm going to pull that out. Now I am going to take, you could probably use a mini dimensional, but I think I'm just going to use a glue dots to put that on my card. So I'm just going to peel one of those off, put it on the back side of the button, maybe. And you can use 2 if you feel more comfortable using 2. So I'm just going to place that right there. And we're going to leave those out because we're going to need them when we put our bow on there. That's how we're going to put our bow on there. And then we'll just pull that through until we kind of get somewhat of a even-sized bow. Just cut those off. I'm just going to make it a tad bit smaller and cut these off just a little bit more. And then I'm going to grab another one of my mini glue dots. I'm just going to place that right there in the center. This does have, the buttons do have the holes, so if you did want to feed those through and do it that way, you could. I just did it this way because it was easier. I'm not going to lie to you. Okay guys, that is it. That is my take on the Father's Day. Whoops, my box has a hole in it. For my Father's Day blog hop card. And I hope that I was in focus. I have a new camera set up again, yet again, with the new craft room. So I'm still working on it. I hope everything's straight and in view. I do want to tell you guys that I am going to be offering, I'm actually offering it right now. It's on my blog. I just posted it today. I'm going to be doing my very first retreat, and it's called an Escape to Create Summer Retreat. It's going to be here locally in my hometown in Indiana, but I am offering an online version of it. It's a retreat in a box. So if you are interested, please visit my blog. It's bobbystamps.com, and all the information, the registration information, is there on my blog. And I also do a Facebook Live every Wednesday at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you guys would join me, please make sure that you hit the like button and subscribe, and I'll talk to you guys later. Thanks.